centered. So really start to elongate the breath, slowing everything down. Maybe use this time to set your intention. And begin to blink the eyes open. Bring the palms or fingertips to the mat. And bring your feet slightly wider than the hips. Generous bend in the knees as much as we need here. Let the head hang heavy. Hinging from the hips, so if you need to start from your sort of mountain pose or a wider based mountain pose and then drop down, then that's fine. But we want to find this nice ragdoll position. Stretching out in the back, stretching out in the legs. Still focusing on that breath. Maybe sway side to side, do something which feels good. Nice inhale, roll up through the spine, nice and steady. Roll the shoulders back at the top. Send the head back. Inhale. And then exhale. Send it back down. 2 breaths in your ragdoll. Then we're going to inhale, step the right foot back. And we can frame the foot with the fingertips here. Keeping that back knee up and off the mat, we find our runner's lunge. Sinking the hips down towards the mat. Square off the hips. Lengthen that back leg. Open up in the chest, draw up through the crown of the head, open the heart center. Inhale, plant the hands. Exhale, stepping the foot back, find downward facing dog. Play with your alignment here, make sure that we're not rounding in the spine. So with that, we're sending the hips nice and high. Try and take a little bit more bend in the knees if you find that you can't lengthen the spine. Pedal the legs, or take some stillness here. Walk the feet up to the hands. Exhale into your ragdoll. Next, inhale, roll up through the spine. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, come back down into your ragdoll. 2 breaths here, then we step the left foot back. Inhale, the left foot comes back. Exhale to send those hips down. Chest open. Two more breaths here. Inhale to plant the hands and exhale. Just step the foot back, down facing dog. Inhale, lead with the upper back. We press forwards into our plank. 2 breaths here. Exhaling it back, down facing dog. We're going to do that 4 more times. So with your own breath, maybe take a couple of breaths in downward dog, couple of breaths in plank before you send it back. Make sure you're inhaling through to plank. Pressing the shoulders away from one another. Exhaling it back in your downward facing dog. Inhale to rise up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale the knees down and take a comfortable child's pose, so whatever variation that means for you. Opening up the hips, lengthening in the spine, finding a nice stretch in the back. Next, inhale, we bring it forwards to our plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra, or variation of. Exhale to child's pose. We're going to take this 3 more times, so in your own time, inhaling forward plank. Exhaling back into your child's pose. 2 breaths here. Inhale, draw it up, downward facing dog. Exhaling there, and then inhale, walk the feet towards the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhaling here, we come to our mountain pose, prepping for sun salutation here. We're going to take our sun salutation 5 times, but it's only going to be sun sal A, so it's shorter. I'll take you through the first couple, and then because it's short, you'll have it pretty quick. Inhale, the arms up, reaching. Now we hinge at the hip as we exhale, coming down, forward fold. Inhale, step the feet back. Exhale, chaturanga or up dog. Sorry, chaturanga to up dog, or lower all the way down and find cobra. Exhaling back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to walk the feet up to the hands. Find your half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale it down. And again, number 2. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the feet back. Lowering down. And then inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, walk the feet up. Half lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Sweep up the arms. Okay, so 3 more times. Let's take that through. Last time. Exhaling into your mountain pose. shake off the legs. Now we've got a little bit of heat building up for sure. Okay, from here we're gonna step our left foot back 90 degrees, finding our warrior two. So front heel points towards the arch of the back foot. Inhale the arms up shoulder height. Exhale, flex the front knee. Keeping the chest, hips open, hips sink down and are centered. Try not to tilt the back. And now we're going to take a little bit of a dancing warrior two. We're going to inhale to flip the front palm, send it back, reverse warrior. And then we're going to exhale to our side angle. At no point am I putting the weight onto this front thigh as I come into my side angle, and I'm making sure that I come fully through the movement, so I really open out to my left side. Couple more. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, drop the arms. We point the right toes towards the long edge of the mat, coming to our wide leg stance. Inhale, draw up through the heart center, through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Send it forwards and down. Keeping the chest open, that's why we're leading with the heart center here. Inhale, come to fingertips, lengthen, find a half lift. Exhale it down. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Exhale here. Maybe take hold of the ankles or the thighs or even the hips. Avoid taking hold of the knee. If you can, you can take your peace fingers, so your first two fingers, wrap those around the big toe, locking off with the thumbs. Make a right angle with the elbows and use that to draw yourself towards your legs. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to press the left fingertips down below our face, central. Take the right arm up. Now we're twisting not through the shoulders here, we're twisting through the waist. So if you feel that you're just pulling up with the shoulder, don't worry about that. Most people are probably going to be about here. Make sure the hips stay central, they're not coming with us. Pull up with that top hand. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swap the hands. Inhale, the left arm comes up. Remember, twisting through the waist, press those hips in the opposite direction they're not coming with. Inhale, reach, exhale. The hand comes down, 2 more breaths in our forward fold. Bring the fingers, if the palms are on the mat, bring fingertips level with the toes. Activate the legs, inhale, lift it up. If you want, shake off the legs here, or we're just going to point to take warrior two on the opposite side. So left toes point towards the top of the mat. Inhale the arms up, shoulder height, exhale. Find your warrior two. Couple of breaths here. Really Get comfortable in your alignment. And then when you're ready, start to dance. Remember, we're inhaling to take the reverse warrior. Exhaling into our side angle. Back leg nice and active for support. Couple more. Inhale it back to your warrior two. 2 breaths here. Once again, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Left foot comes to point towards the long edge of the mat. My feet are really sliding this morning. Inhale. Send it forwards and down. Wide leg forward. A bit of a hamstring stretch again. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit warmer now. Maybe we've got a little bit more range than we had the first time. Weight in the center of the feet. And that tailbone nice and high. Prep for your twist. Inhale, left fingertips come to center. Right arm comes up and over. Exhale in your twist. Twisting through the torso. Remember, we lead the hips nice and centered where they are. Pull up with that top hand. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swap the hands. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swap the hands, place them down. Inhale, draw the torso up. Heel toe the feet in together. Shake off the legs. Come back to either the middle or you can come to the top of your mat. Just give yourself, maybe take a sip of water, give yourself a little moment before we prep to come into our yogi squat. So remember, we're aiming to get the heels down to the mat here, but if that isn't available to you, whether it's maybe previous knee injury or a lack of range at the ankle, it's all good. We're going to inhale, draw up through crown of the head, open the heart center. If you can't get your heels down, roll the mat underneath to give you a little bit of support there. If it's too much pressure in the knees, then use a block to sit on. When you're ready, you're going to exhale down, sending the hips nice and low, keeping the chest open. Now, if like me, you naturally come here where the shoulders and torso are inside the knees. See if you can then bring knees into the armpits and then draw up so you sit nice and tall. This should naturally, obviously, open the chest, but it will also cause your hips to just lower slightly, and we find length in the spine here. Great pose if we can get into it. Again, if this becomes a difficulty with balance, then feel free, grab a block. Using props doesn't mean you're you know, you're like weaker or anything like that. It's a real misconception. Props are just there to assist us, make sure we have the right alignment. There's no point doing it if we're in the wrong alignment. All right, inhale, palms down, exhale, sending the hips up nice and high. Find a nice forward fold here. Inhale and then exhale to come back into your squat. If you can, maybe take some knee touches here. So this tests a little bit of your hip mobility. So can we bring the left knee down, followed by the right knee? Maybe a couple of times. I'm gonna have to move to face this way. A really good test is then if you can get the knees down, don't worry if you can't here, but that's something you can work towards. Can you then extend one leg? Usually my left side is the tricky side. So you can see the difference for me. Left side, a little bit tricky compared to my right. Have a little play, see where you're at. Take a couple of breaths in your squat. And then lower the hips down. Come to your Dandasana, your seat. Shake the legs out in front, just point the toes slightly. We've done a lot of flexion for the ankle. A lot of dorsiflexion, so point the toes, find your plantar flexion. Stretching out. And then bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Palms on the knees. Close the eyes. Bring that intention back to mind. Release the breath. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. And up to the third eye. And back down. Bowing our heads as we honor our practice and honor each other. Namaste.